2018 Honda Civic, doing a recovery of the refrigerant before the work. Have to replace the condenser, and as you can see here, this really got bashed up. That really got smashed, a little smash down there, a few more scuffs, another little scuff right there, but it doesn't leak. And often, the biggest one I've ever seen, a 2x4 went right through the condenser and the fins broke apart. The tubes for the refrigerant did not leak, and they just spread open as thick as a 2x4, and it passed all the way through and hit the engine, but the condenser did not leak. So on this one, here's one of these little compressors. This is a variable displacement. This is definitely not one of the cars, which very few are anymore, does not have a fixed piston displacement. You would not want to fill it by the little cans with the little gauge, because it's too easy to overcharge or undercharge. And actually, do I see that sticker say made in Hungary? I can't read that. I'm denying that I need glasses, but I do. But I'm squinting. And where's that made? I won't even attempt to say that first name, but I believe that says Hungary. And if somebody from Hungary is watching this video on YouTube, can you tell me how to pronounce that? That's way too complicated. And so even that's that. Here we go. Here we got 70 psi in the system. So I'm about to do a recovery, and I think I'm coming up on. I think I have one more month, and I'll have this recovery unit for 3 months. And I said I would do a review and give you my full detailed opinion on this after 3 months of solid use, and tell you how it is compared to my little field piece. I like the little field piece, it's very nice. I'm high volume, this pays for itself. Field piece is great for somebody who's only going to use it every now and then, but if you have to use a recovery unit 4, 5, 6, 8, 10 times in one day, like me, this thing pays back itself within the first week, 2 weeks. I thought it was going to be a couple weeks, but it ended up being so fast. I literally, the difference in price between the field piece and this, I think it was like 800 bucks or something like that. Literally in the first week I got my money back, just in billable hours that I was able to bill. But this was so fast, I was off to the next job, but still had to get to bill the billable price. That's how fast this is. I think I only used the field piece 3, maybe 4 times when all my gauges were used up, and I only had the 3-port left with the little 1/4 inch, and I couldn't use the big 3/8 hose like this. And then 1 or 2 times I think I pulled a muscle in my back, and this is heavier than the field piece. I didn't want to pick it up. It was at the end of the day, and I was kind of dragging my butt and tired, so I picked up the field piece instead of this, because this is heavier. Okay, so I'm going to perform a recovery here. The unit is already on, it started, it's ready to go. I already performed, refrigerant is pure R1234YF. So let's do a recovery. And I don't see, I'm looking for the sticker. The sticker is not around here to tell me how much is in the system. But let's see how this recovery starts. We're coming up on 4 minutes here. 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes. We start the recovery. Let's see how fast this goes. Okay, so we're counting. I was at the 4-minute mark on this video when I start the recovery. And what we're doing is seeing how quickly this unit can recover the refrigerant out of this system. I just opened up the liquid line because I was pulling so far down into vapor only. So we're at 44 seconds. 55 seconds. 60 seconds. See how cold this is down here. This is getting cold down at the bottom of the receiver. Put my hand on the compressor. Oh, the compressor is definitely getting cold, especially the bottom low line. Getting cold because when you drop the pressure, we're at 1 minute and 25 seconds right now, and we're at a -12 on vacuum. So when you drop the pressure of refrigerant, it gets cold. And if it wasn't like 70 degrees out right now, and this had a big accumulator, and it had a rear evaporator, and it had an insulated accumulator, and you couldn't start the engine on a 40-degree morning coming into the shop, it'd take like 45 minutes on a regular recovery machine, because it would just freeze up. Everything would just freeze up. So 1, 7, 8, 9, 2 minutes. We're at 2 minutes and we're at -20 vacuum right now. So I'm gonna keep going until I get into the micron range. Right now, it'd be nice if I didn't knock over my tank. Right now at 2 minutes, you could basically say, yeah, you got the refrigerant out, and I'm already in the microns now. So I just went down into the micron range. So yeah, I'm past 29.9 inches of mercury and going into the micron range without starting the system, without starting the car, sitting in the shade in the garage. And I'm coming up on 3 minutes. I'm at 2 minutes and 50 seconds. 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. Let's turn it off. Okay, so I just turned off the hose that goes to the recovery machine. Now let's see it rise, how much refrigerant rise we get here. It's dry. It's dry to the bone. 2 minutes, it was what, -12 vacuum. It was already dry, or -20 vacuum, whatever it is. You guys are watching the video, I'm not paying attention to it. At 3 minutes, it was into the microns. It's dry as the bone. 3 minute recovery. And this is why I like stuff like this. It pays for itself. But still, I'm not going to do my review on it until I hit the 3-month mark. Actually, I should write down the date on my unit. And like I said, after I do several hundred recoveries out of this, after about 3 months, I'll give my review. But you could kind of guess what I'm going to say. That's it on this one. Checking out of here. See you guys in the next video.